Welcome back, Nail Queens. Today I'm doing a Leo-inspired Zodiac mani as part of my Zodiac mani series. I'm also really excited because I'm still doing the 10K giveaways. Today is the 10th day final giveaway, and this mani is sponsored by ManiBoss. And if you want to enter for a chance to win a $100, yes, $100 gift card to ManiBoss, all you have to do is answer this question in the comments below. So today we're doing a ManiBoss mani. So is it in this drawer? I think it's in this drawer. Yep. So here's where I keep my ManiBoss dip powders. I try to sort it by brand just so you guys know. And I think today I want to use either Magic Dust or Ursula. I'm not sure which yet, but I know I want like a black base powder. So maybe I should compare them first. I think I'm going to go with Magic Dust simply because it doesn't have much color in it, and Ursula has more color in it, and I need more of a solid. So I'm going to grab Magic Dust. And we grab the clear powder. I have it in a 1 ounce and a small one. It would behoove me to make one a glitter powder, but I like to live life dangerously. And then my dip liquids. And I actually already put on the peel base, so let's get started. So for the dipping portion of today's mani, I'm going to be using clear and also Magic Dust. So these are the two dip powders I'm going to be using, and I'm also going to be using an eyeshadow brush because I'm going to be doing an ombre. So it's actually the scrub ombre method. So if you've never heard of it, I actually have a full tutorial on it, but I'm going to briefly go over it here again today. So what I'm doing is applying base bond to my entire nail, and I'm going to dip my entire nail in clear powder. And then after I have the clear powder on my nail, you don't want to wait super long. You don't want it to dry all the way. That's when I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush and I'm going to start scrubbing on the darker powder onto the clear. The reason I do this is because clear powder has all the ability to pick up pigment. It's clear, so that means the only thing it can go from clear is to colored. So I'm using the eyeshadow brush and scrubbing on the darker color to transfer pigment. Then I dust everything off and I repeat the process over again, where I apply base bond, clear powder, and scrub again. The more scrubbing I do, the more I repeat this process, the darker the blend becomes. So I know this first one, it looks kind of like sheer. You're like, what the hell, you didn't do anything? On the second scrub, it's so opaque and so obvious. So I try to concentrate the scrubbing at the tip where the free edge is, and I don't scrub as hard towards the center because I do want it to look like a blend, not a harsh line. And then on my third dip, I encapsulate the whole thing in clear dip powder to encapsulate and protect the whole scrub ombre that I did, so that when I do my filing, shaping, and buffing, it does not buff away all of the pigment that I just put on the clear. So I'm essentially going to repeat that entire process on the rest of my nails, where I'm just dipping in clear, scrubbing on the powder, and then encapsulating in clear. So I want to take this time to stop for a moment and talk to you guys about the question I asked in the very beginning of this video, where I was like, why did you start doing your nails at home? So whether you dip, acrylic, gel, stamping, nail art, whatever your reason for doing nails at home, I obviously want to know your reason, so I'm excited to read everybody's responses below. So if you haven't answered that question, or if the giveaway is already passed, still definitely leave a comment and let me know, because I do want to know everyone's why. So I bet you want to know my why. Well, I'm not sure if everyone wants to know, but I'm going to tell you anyways. So back in 2017, I saw a beauty influencer, like a beauty and lifestyle influencer, do a live video of her doing her nails at home. She tried out this Rebel nail kit. So back then I was in the army and I could only wear certain colors. So like Erica, Rebel's like very light tinted French pink, they're clear, Trisha, things like that. things that were in regulation for me to wear. But back then I also had a very bad habit, and I still do. You'll probably see it on my thumb later on throughout this video, where I do anxiety-induced picking, nail biting, skin picking. It's my way of coping with my anxiety. It's not the best way to cope with it, but I've been doing this for practically all my life. So my nails while I was in the army looked really, really bad. Really bad. Like, I would pick at the nail polish that I would have on. Even if I put clear nail polish on my nails, I would pick at it. So I wanted something that was strong enough so that if I were to pick, it wouldn't damage my nails. Like, I was hoping that dip powder would be the solution to my picking. And for the most part it is, except for when my skin is under attack by my picking, like my thumb is. So my thumb is usually the one that gets involved in the picking because it's the closest to my face. It's really bad. I don't recommend it to anyone. I don't like it. I know it's an ugly habit. It's just how I cope with my anxiety. So I just wanted to let you guys know why I personally started dipping. So after I'm done encapsulating this nail in clear powder, what I'm going to do is actually finish the last two off camera because I'm going to be doing some gel polish nail art. If you're not into gels, don't worry, you can do this with acrylic paint, paint pens, nail polish, whatever you have to do your art, as long as it's like in a liquid form where you can draw on your nails. So here are my nails all finished. I need to activate it all and then do my filing and shaping and buffing. If you need a tutorial or you want to see my process for how I file, shape, and buff my nails, I did a video on it, so you can just see the card here. But after all of this is hardened and filed, shaped, and buff, I'll come back and we'll do the nail art. And just like magic, it's all file, shaped, and buff. I wish it was that easy. Anyways, so I'm about to go in with some gold gel polish. If you haven't seen my video on the review of the Boslin gel liner art, I think the stuff is incredible. So it's basically gel polish in a tiny bottle with a liner brush. So I'm also, to prepare my nails for gel polish application, I need to give it a surface to where the gel wants to stick to my nails. So usually you would rough up your nails or you want to apply like a primer. So that's essentially what this is. Think of Young Nails Protein Bond. That's basically what this is. So I let that dry and then I go in with my gel polish. Some people do gel base. It's really your process. It's up to you. So I just applied 2 small dots of gold polish right here, and I'm taking this dotting tool. It's like a really sharp end, and I'm turning it into a star. So I'm dragging out the center to 4 different points, to the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. So I'm going to do that with both stars here, and that's how I create my stars with this gel polish. So I'm going to continue the process of the stars, and by doing that I just applied dots randomly throughout my nail, and then using this dotting tool I just drag out the sides to create 4 points. If you don't have a dotting tool, a toothpick will work perfectly fine to do this process. And the reason I chose to do gel is because I like that it doesn't dry until it's cured, so I get to take my sweet time, and if I make a mistake, I just have to wipe it off with rubbing alcohol. So it's a very low commitment way of doing nail art. If you don't like what you do, you just wipe it right off with rubbing alcohol, like I'm doing right now. There's 1 star, I didn't like the placement of it, so I just took my paper towel and some rubbing alcohol and wiped it right off. Next, I want to draw the symbol for Leo. I realize I'm out of shot for a big chunk of it, and I'm so sorry. You can kind of see me doing like the tail swirl, but I'm going to put my hand down on my finger rest right here, and you'll be able to see me finish the symbol here. You know, for this being free-handed, it's not that bad. And also, this was one of the inspiration images for this Mani design and why I wanted to do a black and gold. I know that Leo is a fire sign, and oftentimes you'll see like oranges and reds being used for Leo. But throughout this whole Mani series, you'll notice that I don't traditionally go with the traditional colors that you can see being used with these signs. I like to add my own twist to it, and I like when designs turn out like this, to where it's very universal and you can just change out the sign. So example, I'm a Gemini, I could take out the Leo symbol and just put the two, I don't know how to call it, the Gemini symbol. So you can put your sign where you want it instead of the Leo symbol. So it's very universal, and you don't have to do this design just if you're a Leo. If you are any other zodiac sign, this design can work for you. It's funny because I think my thumb is my favorite nail out of all of them. I have more nail real estate with my thumb, so it just looks a little spread out and better in my opinion. So I cured all of my nails, and then I wiped all of them off with rubbing alcohol to remove the tacky layer, and I kept it all matte. So that's why it looks the way it does right now. It looks kind of matte and textured because I didn't put a matte top coat on it. I just left it the way it is with no sticky layer on the gel polish. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing because I have new zodiac designs every single month until the end of the year.